Take this $20 million and leave my daughter. Thanks, Auntie. Auntie, you're far too generous. From now on, we're strangers. See ya never. Ah, you absolute parasite. You actually had the nerve. I can't believe you actually dared to take that $20 million. Where the hell did you go? Answer me, you brat. My phone won't stop buzzing and it's giving me a migraine. This move doesn't count. Old man, no takebacks in chess. Knight to square one. Checkmate. Huh. You kid, let me take that back. Take back what? Go back and thank that auntie again. I wish you and your whole family a blissful life. After clinching that final game of chess, I truly believe my peaceful retirement had finally begun. But I completely forgot that in this tiny village, vicious rumors travel way faster than a 5G signal. The moment my luxury mansion was finished, I transformed from a despised gold digger into a walking, breathing pile of cash. I barely stepped through the door and hadn't even sat down before the first wave of greedy relatives sniffed out the money. Oh my dear Gao. Look at you striking it rich like this. This house you built looks just like a royal palace. Listen, your cousin is getting married any day now, and he's just a tiny bit short on the down payment for his house. Your second aunt doesn't need much, just a little scrap from your fortune. Borrowing $1 million for a bit of turnover shouldn't be hard, right? Second aunt, it's not that I won't lend it. It's just that this money carries a terrible omen. What? How can money be cursed? This is the trash compensation I got for being dumped. It carries the ultimate rich family breakup curse. It's incredibly unlucky and brings nothing but misfortune. If my cousin uses this to buy a house, his marriage will probably go up in flames too. I just couldn't live with that kind of guilt. When dealing with relatives who use moral kidnapping, you have to use magic to defeat magic. Sure enough, once she heard it would ruin her precious son's wedding, second aunt's face turned a sickly shade of green. She stormed off, cursing and swearing under her breath. I thought that was the end of the drama, but I clearly underestimated her sheer combat power. Go, if borrowing money is out because you're single, it's simply because you haven't started your own family yet. Second aunt brought a real treasure here for you. This is Xiao Mei from the neighboring village. She's a massive local influencer in our town. She's got 20,000 followers. This girl says she doesn't mind that you're a divorcee. Oh wait, I mean that you're a rejected loser. You're just a pathetic simp. Your looks are pretty mid, I guess. Second aunt says you've got 20 million, so fine. I want 10 million as a bride price. Put the house deed in my name. And one more thing. Throw those pathetic logs in your yard away immediately. They're so tacky they'll ruin the vibe of my videos. Good grief. She didn't find me a wife, she found me an ancestor. Just as I was about to kick these two weirdos out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a sneaky head peeking over the wall. Zhao Xiang, a college classmate of both mine and Su King's. He's also Su King's #1 informant planted right by my side. How the hell did this guy track me down here? And he's even filming secretly. Since the spy is already in position, I might as well put on a spectacular show for him. Oma, you are truly radiant today. Look at that incredible energy. And what a dazzling, brilliant smile. Come, since it's our first meeting and I've got no gift. Take this cucumber grown right in my own garden. It's pure natural and pollution-free. Great for your skin and beauty. Take it, you pathetic simp. I can't believe you took my money and just gave up on life, only to end up simping for some plastic surgery. Face. When did your taste in women downgrade this badly? Drive to Wolong Village. Just as I predicted. An hour later, CEO Su stormed onto the scene. You really are a piece of work, you simp. Taking the 20 million my mother gave you? Hiding away in a dump like this? And going on blind dates with some industrial-grade plastic face? Have you no shame at all? I'm doing alright. At least I'm pretty happy right now. Happy if you didn't have that 20 million. Could you have ever renovated this shack into this? Face it, you're just a coward who was bought off with cash. Hey, you young lady. You can't go around saying things like that. Argo didn't steal or rob anyone. Your mother practically forced that money onto him. What's the deal? You give the money, then chase him down to hurl insults. Where on earth is the logic in that? Su Wanking was completely blindsided by Grandma's sharp-tongued verbal assault. She was used to the ruthless backstabbing of the business world, but she had never faced a hardcore village elder like this. For a moment, she was utterly speechless. Watching Su Wanking's humiliated and stunned expression, I felt a surge of secret satisfaction. She probably never imagined that this seemingly kind old lady had more combat power than her company's board of directors. I didn't come here to argue. You pathetic simp, just come back with me. Keep that $20 million as compensation from my mother. I'm willing to act like none of this ever happened. Do you honestly believe that every single problem can be fixed by saying, come back? Look around. This is my home. I have my family here, and a real life with warmth. But all you've ever given me, aside from endless, exhausting arguments, is your family's pathetic sense of superiority. What else is there? Don't pretend this isn't all about the money. I didn't leave you because of the cash. I left because I've finally had enough. Enough of your mother looking at me like I'm a stray dog. Enough of your freezing cold indifference. And most of all, I'm done with your damn obsession with control. Following my explosive outburst, Su Wanking's face turned deathly pale in an instant, as if she'd been struck by a violent invisible slap. She never could have dreamed in a million years that I would actually have the guts to roar at her like that. Fuming with rage and sheer embarrassment, she pivoted immediately to her car to flee the scene. Fine then, you loser. You've really done it now. I can't stand being in this dump for even one more second. They say when people are enraged, their IQ drops to zero. CEO Su clearly forgot that Wolong Village was currently a massive construction zone, not her personal F1 racetrack. At the exact moment she tried to make her cool exit, disaster struck. With a sickening metallic clink, that low-profile, high-flying supercar got its chassis deadlocked right on top of a massive boulder in the road. The rear wheels spun wildly, sending up thick plumes of acrid white smoke. Witnessing this absolute train wreck, I honestly couldn't hold it back anymore, and let out a sudden loud burst of laughter. Oh boy, CEO Su, seems like the god of this land just can't bear to see you leave. Seeing that her precious supercar was officially immobilized, Su Wanking had no choice but to follow me back totally dejected. The longest road CEO Su has ever traveled in her entire life. It's probably this walk back home tonight. Hang in there, CEO Su. We're almost there. The road conditions are a bit rugged. But hey, it's all natural, right? Go shut your mouth right now. If you say one more word, I'm docking that 20 million from you. The tow truck wouldn't be able to reach the village until tomorrow, unless she planned on being a mosquito buffet in her car. Otherwise, she'd have to follow me back to the doghouse she despised so much. But I never expected that once we entered the yard, a heavyweight bodyguard would be waiting there for her. Just as Su Wanking stepped into the courtyard, a white shadow suddenly lunged out from the bamboo shadows. Help, get your bird under control. Ouch, it's biting me to death. CEO Su, that isn't exactly my bird. That's called a goose. As the goose's sharp beak was about to peck Su Wanking again, I quickly blew a few sharp whistles. The goose immediately screeched to a halt, tucked its wings back, and waddled away with its head held high and its butt swaying. Su Wanking was so terrified her legs turned to jelly, slumping against the water vat and gasping for air to calm her nerves. I personally whipped up a bowl of plain noodles. I assumed she'd look at them with total disgust. But Su Wanking was stuffing her face instead. Not only did she polish off every single noodle, she even gulped down the broth until the bowl was bone dry. Where did you buy these noodles? Where did I buy them? There's no delivery service out here in the sticks. I just made those for you myself. Now that you're full, CEO Su, go sleep in the guest room. As Su Wanking walked past the door of my studio, she accidentally caught a glimpse of the blueprints on my desk. She was instantly captivated by the contents of those blueprints. This structural framework? This level of precision? Did you actually draw these yourself? If you're looking to scale up production, I'm willing to invest 50 million. Is that enough? 50 million? You're still exactly the same, thinking that everything has a price tag and can be bought. That's not what I meant. I'm talking about your raw talent. Before you called my work trash. Now that you see a profit, it's suddenly talent. I'm not interested. I'm not selling. Get some sleep. As soon as that tow truck arrives tomorrow, get lost. About what I said last night, if you ever change your mind, find me anytime. No need, CEO Su. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. The moment the door slammed shut, I thought I caught the faint sound of soft sobbing. That was the very first time Su Wanking ever cried. But I didn't open that door, because the pathetic simp who would have comforted her died the second he laid hands on that 20 million. After finally getting rid of the headache that was Su Wanking, I only had 2 days of peace and quiet before the village chief dragged in a brand new problem. Go get over here quick. This is the elite returnee the county specifically invited. The great designer, Manager Zhang. He's here to oversee the renovation of our ancestral hall. No, Chief, I've told you 1,000 times. We need to pursue an international style aesthetic. This ancestral hall concept is way too old school. My blueprint features neoclassical Roman columns. Full marble texture now, that is what I call grand. As for all this rotting lumber, it's just too low class. It's honestly an embarrassment to your village's image. Just watch and learn how to build a temple on marshland. Wolong Village sits entirely on a layer of soft soil. If you drop those 3-ton solid stone pillars onto it, the foundation will suffer uneven sinking within 3 months. When that happens, do you want your ancestors in a leaning tower? Or are you planning to use your aesthetics to patch up half-meter wide cracks in the walls? You're just a lowly village carpenter. What do you even know about stress analysis? This is what we call art. Understand your pile of rotting wood. How could it ever compete with the durability of marble? Rotting wood, I casually picked up a few timber pieces, interlocking them with seamless precision to form an incredibly stable and aesthetically stunning dugong structure. This is called mortise and tenon. The more pressure applied, the tighter it locks. It can withstand a magnitude 8 earthquake. Compared to your Roman columns that could collapse at any second, this is the peak artistry of our ancestors. Got it, Master Tony. Manager Zhang's jaw dropped in sheer shock, his face a mask of total disbelief. Just then, a sleek Maybach pulled up to my gate, and his big boss stepped out looking sharp in a suit. Zhang rushed forward with a sycophantic grin to suck up, only to be shoved aside ruthlessly. Mr. Tian, I finally tracked you down. I'm Chen Jingming, project director of Yuanshan Group. Our group is currently right here in this county, developing a high-end cultural tourism resort project. We want to craft the most authentic Chinese style imaginable. We sincerely invite you to come out of retirement to serve as the resort's chief designer. The annual salary starts at 20 million, with design fees calculated separately. Mr. Chen, could you have the wrong person? He's just a common carpenter. A carpenter. Open your damn eyes and look closely. This is the man who achieved godhood in the International Forum of Ancient Architecture, the legendary Mr. Woodpecker whose thesis sent shockwaves through the industry. Forget your pathetic columns. Even if your entire design institute combined forces, they wouldn't be worthy of being his assistants. Mr. Chen, I can take on this project, but I have 3 non-negotiable conditions. Name them, we'd agree even if there were 10. First, the construction crew must prioritize hiring my fellow villagers. I'll train them personally. Second, as long as raw materials meet the standards, they must be sourced locally from this county. Third, once the project turns a profit, a rural development fund must be established to pave roads and build schools for the village. Mr. Tian, you aren't just a world-class designer. You are a man of truly grand vision and character. Yuanshen Group agrees to every single condition. Sigh, I really intended to keep a low profile forever, but since I can actually do something meaningful for the village, it seems this legendary Woodpecker identity is officially coming back online. Woodpecker, it was actually you. So those scraps of wood I tossed into the storage room, and all those blueprints I treated with such disdain, just what on earth have I thrown away? Su Wangqing is definitely drowning in regret right now, but she has no clue that the real bombshell is still yet to come. I thought that after my cover was blown, it would just mean adding the title of Chief Designer, allowing me to keep slacking off in the village. But suddenly a financial news alert flashed on my phone. Su Group hit by aggressive short-selling attack. Stock prices have flash crashed by 15%, wiping out tens of billions in market value. Before I could even process the chaos, Zhou Jiang's call came screaming through. Hello. Old Zhao, what the hell happened to Su Wangqing's company? This time it's truly over. Some mysterious powerhouse is targeting the Su Group, striking with terrifying speed and absolute ruthlessness. Every move is a lethal blow to the jugular. It's not just the stock market collapse anymore. The media is relentlessly leaking toxic dirt on them. Wangqing has barricaded herself inside her office for 2 days and nights straight. She won't see anyone. I'm terrified she might do something desperate. Su Wangqing doing something desperate? I highly doubt that. That woman is like a cactus. She can survive even in the harshest desert. However, if the Su Group actually goes bankrupt, will my $20 million check turn into a useless piece of paper? Hell no, for the sake of my retirement fund. I'm forced to intervene in this mess. Enough quit your whining. Just keep Su Wangqing and her mother safe. Leave the rest of this disaster to me. Everyone knows about my identity as the master architect Woodpecker, but nobody knows I'm also a world-class hacker, codenamed Shadow. I plan to keep my hands clean forever, but if someone dares to mess with my former benefactor, they're messing with my retirement money. And that simply won't stand. I traced the malicious data stream attacking the Su Group, hunting them down link by digital link. The opponent was cunning, utilizing 18 different proxy servers to hide their trail. But in my eyes, their high-tech defenses were nothing more than a simple puzzle. Dismantling them was merely a matter of time. Found him. It's Li Jinghui, Su Wangqing's bitter old business rival. Years ago for leaking trade secrets, Su Wangqing personally sent him behind bars. Looks like he just got paroled and came back for blood. Not only is he shorting her company into the ground, but he even hired thugs to kidnap Madame Su. This play is beyond filthy. I compiled every shred of Li Jinghui's criminal evidence, including the kidnapping plot, and the money trail then zipped it all to Zhou Jiang. I also BCC'd a copy to the Investigation Bureau for good measure. As for me, I'll fade back into the shadows, keeping my deeds and my name a secret. This is the peak level of class a proper ex-boyfriend should have. Unbelievable. This is pure sorcery. The intel you provided was incredibly clutch. The Bureau raided Li Jinghui's hideout last night and arrested all 5 of them in one fell swoop. So she's saved. Su Group's stock hit the limit up the moment markets opened today. Brother, where on earth did you dig up such top secret intel? Are you some kind of secret agent or something? Drop it. The crisis is averted and that's all that matters. That matters. Just don't mention a word to Su Wangqing. Too late. She already guessed it. She said that in a moment like this, the only person with the power to save her was the enigmatic Shadow and nobody else. And of all the people she knows, you are by far the most mysterious. My guy, she's crying even harder than she did last time. So Su Wangqing actually cried. I used to dream about seeing her shed a single tear for me. Now that she's actually weeping, I don't feel even a flicker of emotion. In fact, I was actually wondering, since I helped her recover billions in market value, should I hit her up for a massive service fee? Nah. A man shouldn't be too greedy. That 20 million is more than enough to live on. Only a few days had passed since that hacker storm subsided, when an entirely unexpected guest showed up at my door. I'm so sorry. Madame Su's voice trembled. That is the sole reason I've come here today. I realize now that I was wrong. I always deluded myself into thinking that everything I did was for Wangqing's own good. I was terrified of her getting hurt, and afraid she'd choose the wrong partner. So I used my own twisted methods to interfere in her life. I even pulled strings behind the scenes to sabotage your studio project all those years ago. I only wanted you to stay in your place as a quiet accessory. Hearing those cold hard words, the hand I held my teacup with froze for a split second. Even though I had suspected the truth long ago, actually hearing her confess to the fact that she deliberately crushed my dreams back then, it still felt like a sharp stinging needle to the heart. But it was only a momentary flicker, because the person I am today no longer craves or needs her validation. This kidnapping incident finally woke me up. I never imagined my own selfishness and prejudice would nearly cost me my life, and end up scarring both of you so deeply. This is the deed to a luxury villa under my name, along with a 20% stake in the Sue Group. I know this can't truly make up for what I've done, but please consider this my small attempt at atonement. If a simple apology could fix everything, then why would we even need laws? The damage has already been done. No matter how much money you plaster over it, the scar remains. However, I actually want to thank you. Thank me. If you hadn't used that 20 million to humiliate me back then and force me to walk away, I never would have returned to this place. I wouldn't have reclaimed my identity as Woodpecker, and I certainly wouldn't be living this comfortable life now. Consider the original payment as the price for buying out 3 years of my youth. Therefore, we are officially even. Take these assets back with you. I don't want them. The person you truly owe an apology to isn't me. It's your own daughter. Watching Madame Sue walk away clutching those documents, her once proud and rigid spine seemed broken and hunched. I didn't feel the thrill of a victor. Instead, it felt like a massive weight had been lifted off my chest. Clinging to hatred is far too exhausting. Settling the score is much more liberating. But I never expected that, after sending off the elder, the younger one would be the true source of trouble. Just as I was about to clear the tea set from the courtyard, and the unfamiliar number flashed on my screen. Hello? Who is this? It's me. Even without the contact saved, that voice was etched into the very marrow of my bones. It was Sue Wong-King. What is it? My mother went to see you, didn't she? Yeah. She just left. She told me everything about back then. I'm sorry. And also, thank you for saving the Sue Group. I was just doing a job I was paid for. Consider it a $20 million service fee. No thanks necessary. I've resigned. Resigned. Wasn't that company your entire life? The company is finally on the right track. I've handed my shares over to professional managers to handle. I think it's time I tried a different way of living. I've liquidated all the assets under my name and established a foundation called Woodpecker. It's dedicated to supporting traditional artisans. I don't know if doing this can make up for things even a little bit. Sue Wong-King, why are you telling me all this? Where are you? I'm standing right outside your front gate. Can I come in this time? I stood there in the courtyard, listening to the wind howling through the phone, and those words, I'm right outside your gate. My heart actually betrayed me and skipped a beat. The arrogant, untouchable female CEO had vanished, and in her place was a version of Sue Wong-King I didn't recognize. To open the door or not, that was a $20 million question. Ultimately, I chose to face my own heart. But when the door finally swung open, the woman standing there wasn't the CEO who wore lipstick even while she slept. Instead, it was a girl in cheap canvas sneakers, with a bare natural face just like the girl next door. To be honest, in the 3 years I'd known her, this particular outfit, I'd only ever seen it on her the day she started college. What's the deal, CEO Sue? Is this an incognito inspection? Or did you go broke and come to seek refuge with your poor relatives? I came to visit Grandma. That excuse was so pathetic even the stray dog at the village entrance wouldn't buy it. But as I stared down at her heels, chafed and reddened by those cheap canvas shoes, the venomous retort at the tip of my tongue vanished. Come in. But I'm warning you right now, there's no red wine or steak in this house. Only pickles and plain porridge. Oh, my dear girl, why have you become so thin? No matter how busy work gets, you have to eat. Here, have an orange. They're from our own tree, very sweet. As Sue Wong-King cradled the orange in her hands, her eyes welled up with tears instantly. She was used to the flattery and cold calculations of the business world, but it had been an eternity since she'd felt such pure, unadulterated care. Thank you, Grandma. This orange is truly sweet. Watching Sue Wong-King melt under Grandma's genuine warmth, shifting from her initial stiff awkwardness to gradually letting her guard down, and even laughing out loud at the scenes on the TV, I suddenly felt like this massive empty house was finally starting to feel a bit more complete. Back in my office at the CBD, even from the top floor, I never saw a moon as big and bright as this. I finally understand why you were so desperate to return. Lately, I've only been getting 5 hours of sleep a night, but I feel more at peace than when I used to sleep for 10. Well, naturally, you don't have to stress over stock prices here, or stay on guard against rivals. Your biggest headache is probably just that goose that loves to chase you all around the courtyard, right? Can we ever go back to the way we were? I mean, if you're willing, I could stay here and help you manage the studio. I'd even be happy just farming in the village. Can we please just start over? We can't go back. I know I made too many mistakes in the past. It's only natural if you can't bring yourself to forgive me. It's not a matter of forgiveness. The man I used to be, the one who orbited only you with no sense of self and plagued by insecurity, the pathetic simp, at the exact moment your mother slapped that $20 million check against my face, that man died. The me standing here now refuses to depend on anyone else, and I won't ever change myself just to please someone again. So I have no use for our old relationship anymore. However, we could try getting to know each other from scratch. Hello, my name is Gutian. I'm just a humble countryside carpenter. Hello, Gutian. My name is Su Wan King. I'm currently unemployed. Please take good care of me. Since that night we reintroduced ourselves, 3 months have already flown by. Su Wan King, the so-called unemployed wanderer, has basically squatted at my house and refuses to leave. She claims to be jobless, but in reality she's even more of a workaholic than I am. After launching that woodpecker foundation of hers, she dragged me right down into the deep end with her. Now I'm the honorary director Tian, while she's become Secretary Su, my overqualified subordinate. Director Chen, that batch of timber must be local H elm. Those are Director Tian's strict instructions. Yes. If the budget is tight, I'll cover the deficit personally. Exactly. Now Director Tian, wake up. You need to attend the village ribbon cutting ceremony this afternoon, and you have to deliver a speech. I've already drafted your script, so start memorizing it. Secretary Su, watch your tone. I am technically your boss right now. Since when do bosses have to memorize scripts? Just go up and read it yourself. What shocked me most was Su Wan King's adaptability. 3 months ago, she was being hunted by a savage goose. Now she has successfully tamed the village bully and become the new favorite of everyone in Wolong Village. Grandma dotes on her even more than she dotes on me. Even the village dogs wag their tails when they see her. Sometimes I truly find myself wondering which one of us actually grew up in this village. That was a total misstep. Kosogadar. Quick help this old man see where my knight should jump. If you jump here, you'll block Gutian's bishop perfectly. Hey, a true gentleman doesn't talk during a match. You're totally conspiring with the enemy. I'm docking your pay. Go ahead. After all, I'm just a jobless wanderer. Those with nothing to lose fear no one. Besides, isn't your money basically my money anyway? That $20 million check? It's still tucked away in your pocket. Isn't it? Honestly, that check is practically worn out from me fidgeting with it. I'm actually a high net worth individual now, as the chairwoman of a foundation. How about I just return this money to your mother? Return it? Not a chance. That was your loser compensation. It's the emotional distress fee you earned through hard work. You're keeping it as what? As my betrothal gift. Or maybe as a lifetime salary for this jobless girl. Because you're stuck taking care of me for life. Deal. Fine by me. Anyway, with $20 million, it's enough for us to eat plain noodles in this village for several lifetimes. But it's settled. You're the one doing the dishes. In your dreams, rock, paper, scissors. I used to believe that life's ultimate bliss was just taking the money and rotting at home. But now I've realized that rotting together with someone else feels a whole lot better. The untouchable CEO Su is gone for good. But in my world, I've gained a mischievous, playful Su Wan King. This was the best deal of my life.